today, going over some of the strategy of the culmination, we want to talk about something that we talked about on Monday. On Monday, we talked about how we were selling puts on the FXI, which is a large cap Chinese exchange. I do want to give another warning about that. Like I said, one of the problems with investing in China and with ETFs is that as Russia invaded Ukraine, they pretty much halted all ETF trading. So on those, so if China was to raid Taiwan, as some people predict, then the same thing may happen to ETFs. So that's a danger. I don't really have a percentage on if China is going to invade Taiwan or not. Of course, it's something that I hope wouldn't happen for humanity, and I hope it's something wouldn't happen because I do own FXI shares. I like the exchange, and it's actually a really ideal time when you got one stock market in America, which we believe is completely overvalued. It's up again today. Today is the 24th. It's up again today. It just keeps going up. We own some of the big names like Google, Amazon. Meta is one of our favorite stocks, and they're just going to the moon. I mean, they just keep going up. We're not selling them, especially Meta. It's a position that we're going to own for a long time. Probably tomorrow we may sell calls for expiration on them that expires on Friday. We won't do it next week because the big companies report next week. We are in the matrix. If you read the culmination, we are in the matrix. We're rolling up. We're rolling out our Google shares. And we really don't want to lose them. But if we sell them, at around this price, it's at 150. We have the 149 strike. We'll be satisfied with that. We believe that we'll be able to buy it, lower at some point. But back to the FXI, and at this point, we're just going to say we don't think that China is going to invade Taiwan. So we're going to use that as an investment tool because China is at a low mark. So when we talked about it on Monday, we talked about we was selling puts, and we sold puts. We sold the 2050 strike on the FXI. It was down pretty significant. That was the lowest that I've ever seen it. And so we was selling. It was at the time it was like 2086. So that was the lowest I ever seen it. And so we feel it's completely undervalued. Now, what I wanted to talk about is how do you make the decision to sell puts, or because it's so low, do we buy more? That's always a difficult decision. My partner, I tell you, it's the investor's dilemma. Buy too low, sell too low, buy too high. But we believe this is completely low. And if we buy more, we would buy because we are down on this FXI investment. We still believe in it. And if we add it to our position to bring down our overall price paid for it. But we decided to sell puts on it just to bring in some revenue. And if it went below 2050, we wouldn't even roll it out. We would have went on ahead and purchased the shares. But it's a difficult decision because the next day, to show you how difficult it is, the next day, on the next Tuesday, the government came in and supported. They said they're going to support their stock market, doing a whole bunch of things of not letting people sell shares, not letting people short. So, of course, the market bounced. It bounced from the 2086, where we sold our 2050 puts. It bounced. It's up in the 22s now. I think it still may go lower. I believe it's even low here at 22. We're going to watch what happens over the next couple of days. We're hoping to drift back down. We decide to sell puts. But it's always a difficult decision to decide if you want to purchase shares or if you want to sell puts to generate income. Our favorite thing is actually to purchase shares, even though we didn't do it this time. We like to have that. We like to own undervalued assets. They pay a pretty good dividend, close to 3%. So we like that own shares, but we decided not to do this time, and it may turn out to be a mistake. But the good part is we sold 5 options on it, so we did bring in some income. And at this point, it expires on Friday. So at this point, our money looks good, like we're going to be able to keep that money that we generated from selling that put. But that's all we have today as far as the culmination strategy. We just wanted to come on and talk about the FXI because we talked about it on Monday, and it's a successful trade. And the main part is we wanted to go over what does an investor do? Do we purchase undervalued shares or we sell puts? Like I said, we like to actually purchase shares because we want to own assets. We want that asset to go up, and then we start selling calls against it if we think that it's high enough to a point that we want to sell.